such a relief. I'm back. I never thought it'd be a relief to get back in my garage. Live on a Monday morning from my garage. But I am actually very relieved to be back here, 9:57, usual time. So you've got your 3 minutes before we start. Oh, goodness. So I'm not sure last week was all that good, was it, in my lounge? I'm sorry, I don't think the lighting was very good either. And then the week before that, I managed to copy the link wrong, so you got the wrong link. So it feels like it's been, well, it's been 2 weeks since I've seen you last live on a Monday morning properly from my garage. So I hope you are all right today and good to tune in for the next 30 minutes. Now, thank you for joining me. Before we start, I have to tell you that we're going to do some exercises on the floor today. So if you like being on the floor to do some exercises, this is the workout for you. If you don't, you could give it a go. That's what you could do. You could give it a go. And then, if you just hate it, you can turn me off. So, but I would really like it if you could stay and try some floor exercises. It's nothing too onerous. It'll be hands and knees, and then we're going to roll over onto our backs as well. But I will give you alternatives, all right? I will say alternatives. So if you like to do the 30 minutes with me and you're a bit worried about it going on the floor, I'll give you other things to do as well. All right. So here we go. What time is it? No, we've got another 30 seconds. I'm going to put my pen down because I've been writing them on that board. The magic can tell you can't see the board, I don't think, but I've got all the exercises written on it. So I'm just coming up to the screen. Sorry, one sec. I'm just going to tilt it a little bit. There you go. All right, just so that you can see my feet a bit better. So are we ready to go? Yes. Start with a march. Ready? So just start with a small march. So I just want you to get your feet moving. Okay. Who have we got here joining us today? Leanne. Oh, bed-bound exercises. Do you know what? Yes. Because isn't it funny? Because actually the ones that you do on the floor are the ones that you can do on the bed. Yes. So let's go with this today and we'll see how we get on. All right. So now we're starting off just with a small march, a small pulse raise. So you can do this in the chair, or you can do this on the side of the bed if you need to. All right. So it's just a small pulse raise, using arms if you want, or holding on. Okay. So whatever suits you today. All right. Okay. So just want to do a little pulse raise just to kind of get your brain and your mind and your body a little bit more tuned in. Right. Now here we go for our mobility. Hold your feet still. Take them wide. All right. So you've got a nice wide base. Sit or stand as tall as you can. Bring your shoulders back and down and start with a shoulder shrug. All right. So it's up and it's down. Think about both movements, the up movement and the downward movement. All right, so both you're in control and you're feeling them lift and you're feeling them lower. One more time. That's good. All right, now I want you to give yourself a shoulder roll. So it's forwards up, back and down. All right, so go through that range of movement as much as you can. And I want you to try and squeeze them back. So I'm just turning to the side. Actually, I'll turn to the back, sorry. Got my back to you, but just try and get those shoulders rolling backwards. So just exaggerate the movement and feel how that lifts the chest. All right, stop there. We're going to do a side bend. You ready? So let's go side bend, back up to the middle and side bend. And remember, this is exactly the same in the chair. All right, nothing's any different yet because we're still when we're standing. That's it. So you can be nice and still in the chair, just going side to side. Good. And things to think about is leaning in a straight line with your hip, going at a speed that suits you. It doesn't need to be my speed. It can be slower. It can be faster, I suppose. Yeah, that's it. And try and keep those shoulders back. That's it. Yeah, so try and squeeze them back. All right, let's make this one the last one. Okay, good. Lovely. And then come back up to the middle. All right, ready for a waist bend. All right, so let's do hand in front and hand behind, and then hand in front and hand behind. So if you're sitting down, you're just taking that hand over towards the opposite knee. Yeah, good. That's it, lovely. And just try and keep the hips facing forwards. It's easier to do that in the chair, actually, keep your hips facing forwards. And if you feel happy to look over your shoulder, look over your shoulder as you go. Great. All right, and then come on back into the middle. Put your hands on your hips, and let's move those hips around in a circle. That's it. So just do what you can, especially if you're in the chair there. That's it. So just moving them around in a circle. Yeah. Great. Okay, and then let's stop in the middle and then go around the other way. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So it's forwards, side, back and side. That's it. Good. Yeah, lovely. That's it. Yes, so stick your bum out. Get that. That's it. Get those hips moving. All right, great. And then come on back into the middle here. All right, great. So now let's do a couple of knee lifts. All right, so bring your feet in so they're more like hip width apart, and then start to lift the knees. Okay, so you can hold on unless you feel really well balanced this morning to do a knee lift. Good. Now look, if you feel really well balanced, you can pop the opposite hand over to the opposite knee. So you also get a little bit of waist twist again there. That's it. Good. Yeah, lovely. Well done. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and then you can stop. Now this time it's heels go the other way. So heels up towards your bottom. All right, so again, you can hold on unless you don't want to. Good. And if you like, if you feel sort of happy with that movement, you can make it a bit more of a shifting your weight from side to side. Up to you. All right, so just make sure those heels come up towards your bottom. So you're just trying to just get those knees moving in the other direction. That's it. And this is good for us because it gets that sort of slight stretch as well down the front of the thigh. And it just gets the knees moving. That's it. So that's it. Yeah. So back to up towards your bum. Okay. Let's just do 1 more each side. Lovely. Let's stop there. All right. Bring your feet back into the hip width. Let's do your ankles. Ready? So we'll go heel and toe. So we'll go heel and toe and heel and toe. So again, you can hold on, or you can put your hands on your hips if that feels quite nice. Or if you feel really kind of coordinated and balanced this morning, you can do alternate bicep curls. How's that? All right, let's do 1 more there. Let's stop. Let's shift your weight over onto the other side, and off you go again, heel and toe. Good. So again, you're holding on if you need to, or you're doing your alternate bicep curl. That's it. Make sure that heel and toe is still going. This is really good for warming up our ankles. Yeah, lovely. Let's do a couple more. Lovely stuff. All right, let's stop there. Let's come back into the middle and do a march. All right, so just to kind of finish off this little bit of a warm up. So a final bit of pulse raise, just to get everything moving, get the blood flowing around our bodies. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 standing strength exercises, all right, before we go onto the floor. So 2 standing ones. So hold your feet still. Before we go, I want you to take your arms out and up to the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath. And then you're going to come on back down. And we're going to do that 1 more time. You ready? So out and up to the ceiling. And then we're going back down. Lovely. And then just give everything a bit of a wiggle out there. Excellent. All right, so 2 strength exercises, thighs and thighs. So feet are hip width apart. We're going to do squats. So I want you to lift up tall. Now, if you're sitting, what you need to do is stand up and then sit down. All right, so if you're standing up, you can hold on to something, be up really tall. So try and just get your weight through those heels, lift tall, bring your shoulders back and down. Now, I want you to bend those hips. So flex at the hips, bend the knees, keep the chest lifted, down and lift, and down and lift. Very good. And down and lift, and down and lift. Right, we're going to do 5 more. Ready? So push your bum back and lift, and back and lift. 3 more. Go 3 and lift, and 2 and lift, and 1 more time. and rest there. Okay, give everything a wiggle out. Well done. We're going to come back to another set of those in a sec because we're going to do side leg raises now. Now for this one, I would like you to hold on because I don't want you to think about your balance. I want you to really think strength, okay? So weight on that one leg. All right, here we go. You can put your other hand on your hips to keep those hips facing forwards. 10 of these. Ready? Out and in. Out and in. Now look forwards and try and keep those shoulders square over the hips. So if you're sitting down, you're going to step out to the side. All right, lovely. Let's keep going. Let's do number 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and stop there. All right, now just move your hips from side to side. Now, all right with that because we didn't have a rest in between. So let's do it again. Same thing, but on the other leg. I'm just going to turn around. Okay, so I want to hold on to the other side. So lovely and tall. Weight on that supporting leg. Ready, steady, and 10, 9. Stand tall. 8, 7, 6, 5. Well done. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and stop. Excellent. And then just move through those hips. Right. All right. Back to the squats. We're going to have our feet in a slightly different position, okay? So this time, take your feet so they are wide. All right, so slightly wider. Now, stand up really tall. Pull right in, right through here and up. Hold something if you need to. And I want you to squat down, but only as far as is comfy for you. All right, so it's a slightly different position on your thighs. This is number 2. All right, but I only want you to go as far down as is comfortable. Now really pull in through that pelvic floor. All right, so really pull in through it. All right, and if that is uncomfortable, I want you to go back to hip width apart. All right, here's number 5. All right, so you've just got a slightly different strength on those thighs. We're going to do 5 more. Ready? We're going to do 5. And 4. So remember, if this is uncomfortable on the pelvic floor, take your feet so they are narrow again. All right, so we're doing it in this position just because it's slightly different on those thighs. All right, now one more time, one more. As in, you might find that you're slightly more stable with a wider base. Bring your feet in and give yourself a wiggle. Side leg raises again. This time, we're going to have a break in between each repetition. All right, so I want you to start. Feet hip width apart, stand up tall. Weight on that supporting leg. I want you to take it out, in, stop. Again, out, in, stop. So can you see how you write yourself each time? 3 and 4. So just slightly different each time. That's it. 5. Good. And 6. Keep those hips facing forwards. 7. And 8. And 9. Well done. One more time. 10. Excellent. And then just move those hips again. So it feels slightly different, I think. So it's just little tweaks. All right, now the other side. So you ready? Same thing again. Lift up tall, put your weight on that supporting leg. It's 1. So I'm putting my foot down each time. 2. And 3. And 4. Lovely stuff. Halfway, it's 5. Good. And 6. And 7. Good. 8. 9. And 10. Brilliant. Stop there. Give everything a wiggle out. All right. So now we're going to come onto the floor. All right. So this one is hands and knees. So when we get onto the floor, we're actually going to do an arm raise on the floor. So if you don't want to come onto the floor, you can stay standing or sitting and you're going to do an arm raise. All right. So come on down onto hands and knees. All right, so take your strong leg forwards. That's it. So it's a nice big step with your strong leg, heel up at the back, and we're easing down on cushions if you need to. That's it. And then you're coming back here onto both knees. You might want to give everything just a little rock from side to side in case they're sore on your knees. And then down we come onto hands and knees. Right, it's arm raise, okay? So get yourself into that good square position. So you get your weight onto one hand and that arm is coming out to the side and going up. Now, how far can you take it? That is the question. All right, so it's quite a tricky move, this. All right, so let's try it on the other side. Okay, ready? So it's arm, raise. Isn't that hard on the back of your shoulder? Now, let's try it again. Can you take your arm up a little bit higher? So ready? Take it out. Have a look at your hand if you can and see if you can get it a little bit high. So you get a bit of a twist now. Twist, twist, twist. Oh, goodness me. Come on back to the middle. All okay? Give everything a wiggle. All right. Let's try the other side. Who knew that that was so tricky on our back and the back of the shoulder? And then you come on down. All okay. We won't do that again. Give everything a wiggle out again. Okay. Now, next one. We're going to go the other way. So we're going to do something we call it thread the needle. All right, so I want you to get your weight on both hands. Let's do the same hand again. So let's take this hand and I want you to put it underneath your chest. So I want you to go underneath your chest. Now see how far it will go. See how far it will go. And you might find that you can go all the way down so your elbow comes on the floor. And then you come back to the middle. How is this for you? Now try the other side. Try it, try it, try it. So can you see I'm going there? Quite nice to do on the bed, I think. If you can get into that position. How's that? Now give everything a wiggle out again. Well done. All right, next move, box balance. So we've done these ones before. So you might just want to move through those knees a bit in case they're a bit uncomfortable on the floor. So hands nice and wide, fingers nice and wide, sorry. Press down through your thumb and your index finger if you can. All right, so you press down. So you're just starting to feel the weight going through those fingers. All right, and right through those shoulders. Take one leg out. Take the other arm out. When you are ready, see if you can lift the leg. Then see if that arm will reach. And then I want you to look down and stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg, hand, stop. All right, now I want you to do the other side. Ready? I'm just moving around because I haven't got quite enough space. Oh! All right, so we're going. Leg out, arm out. It lifts and it lifts. Stay there for 5. Look down. 4, 3. Feel the hips nice and square. 2, 1, and stop. Stop. All okay? Give yourself another wiggle. You might want to sit back up on those knees. I'm not sure. How are you feeling? Right. Okay. Press ups. Why not? Why not? So now, the alternative to this is actually to do it on the wall, but I want you to see what you get on the floor. So you're going to take your hands wide. All right, so take your hands wide, and then you need to get your weight so that it's not back here. That's the tempting bit, isn't it? To be sort of back here. So you need to be forwards. So move them back if you need to, so that your weight, your shoulders take the weight. So feel the weight through the skin. You see, it's not here, it's there. So your hands are nice and wide and they're facing forwards. And we're going to try 5. Ready? And chest to the floor and lift. And 4 and lift. And 3 and lift. And nice deep breaths for the last 2. There and lift. And one more time. And rest. Wonderful. Bring those hands in. Give them a wiggle out. All okay. Move your knees if you need to. Well done. Now, I want you to come and sit on your side, like so. How are you feeling? Was that really awful or was that okay? You'll have to tell me in an email later whether or not it was just like, oh my God, are you joking? do you know, it's so good for us, that exercise is. So, you know, even if you're doing like one, honestly, it's so good for us. Right, here we go for a bridge. Also excellent to do on the bed, this one. Really, really good. So I need you to lie yourself down on your side. So ease yourself down. And then when you are ready, we're going to roll over so you are on your back. All okay? I think you can see me. All right. Is it hard to know? Or am I talking to myself? All right. So this is bridge. So this is really good for our core. All right. So we're going to have feet on the floor. They're about hip width apart, shoulders back and down, and just put your palms flat on the floor. All right. So now the first move is to tilt the hips. All right. So we've done things like that when we've been standing up. So can you see my hips? I'm going to tilt them. So what happens there is your back starts going flat into the floor. All right, so if you go again with that normal position, you'll feel that you've got a little bit of a gap there. That's your natural curves. So what we're doing is tilting and just taking that curve out. All right, so you're already then, when you tilt, you're starting to just pull in a bit through that pelvic floor. All right, now what I want you to do is squeeze your bum cheeks together. We've done that when we're standing. And now power through the legs, through the bum cheek, through the core, and push up towards the ceiling. All right. And then you are slowly going to come back down, slowly, 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 slowly. And then you can take the tilt off like that. Okay, so I've just sort of exaggerated the tilt a bit there. Right, let's do that again. So we go tilt, squeeze your bum cheeks, and lift. There. How is that on your knees? If it feels uncomfortable on your knees, bring them in a little bit. And then down. All right, or you can take them a bit further out. So try not to make it a leg exercise. Really think about your core. All right, so it's here. All right, so you're doing tilt. And and that could be enough. Just that tilt. You can start to feel how the stomach starts to go a bit flatter. A little bit. All right, and then you squeeze your bum cheeks. All right, so you're just starting to go, okay, everything's squeezing and everything is lifting. There. And then you're going to ease yourself back down again, nice and slowly. So feel how the vertebrae just land flat down. And then they ease off again. Right, let's do two more. You ready, steady? Tilt, squeeze, lift. So just up on those shoulders. Go as high as you can. And then down you go. And just make sure those knees stay pointing forwards. All right, so here's your last one. Ready, steady? So you go tilt, squeeze, lift. That's it. So you just go as high as is comfy for you. And you're just really pulling in, pull in, pull in, pull in, pull in and up through that pelvic floor. Down you go, down you go, down you go, and rest. Excellent. Now, let's stay on the floor. I'm going to get you to bring your knees in, hold on to them, and I want you to rock side to side. All right, so just allow that pelvis to just have a little bit of a massage there on the floor. All okay? All right. Now then, let's bring them in, knees in and out. So again, you're just doing that massaging through the pelvis and actually a little bit through the tummy as well as you just pull in and out. Okay? All right. Well, that feels nice. Hopefully. Now put your hands on your knees. And I want you to draw circles with your knees. So take them out and in. So you're just drawing. So keep pulling in through that core here. All right. And what I want you to think about is just massaging through the top of the femurs there in your pelvis. You see, you're just moving them around in a circle. All right. Now try moving them around the other way. All right, so you're the other way now. How is this? Is this working for everybody? Can you see me all right? I hope so. It's hard to know. All right, and then you're going to come back in here. All right, great. Now, what we're going to do is stand back up again and have some stretching. So drop your feet down because we're going to stretch that. Oh, we could stretch on the floor. No, let's stand up and we'll do stretching on the floor next week if this was all okay for you. So let's roll over onto your side and then push yourself up so you come back into that side sit position. Okay. All right. So then once you're here, you've got to get yourself up onto hands and knees. So don't try and stand up from this position here. Someone's ringing me, but I'm going to decline it because I'm doing this. So ready? You've got hands over and then you come over onto hands and knees here. All okay? Now, let's crawl to something that helps you stand. All right, so whether it's a chair or your table or whatever it is, and you bring your strong leg round in front, okay? Tuck your toes underneath you if you can. I know that's quite tricky there to do that on your toes, but see what you can do and lift it. Take your time, stand up slowly, give yourself a wiggle out. All right, all okay? Head back to normal, just about. Don't feel too woozy when you're standing. All right, so we've got a nice sort of last 5 minutes to do some stretching. All right, so let's take your feet so they're wide. So let's have a stretch. We're going to stretch off these. Hamstrings. All right, so lift up tall, and actually take your feet so they're hip width apart. Sorry, take them hip width apart. Now take one leg forwards, not too far forwards. You're going to go into that squat. Right, so you bend and you pop your hands on your thighs. You lift through the chest, push your bottom up towards the ceiling. So you're trying to lengthen this part of the leg. So really lengthen it. So think that muscle comes from the top of your, into your pelvis here at the back, all the way down to the back of your knee. So it's a really long muscle. Really stretch that out. Okay. And up you come. All right, so let's do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to turn slightly to the side. Take that one leg in front. And ready, you sit. So if you're on the chair, you've got that one leg forwards, and this is your bum on the chair, and you're lengthening forwards. But I need you to think chest lifted, bottom backwards and up to the ceiling. So try and stretch through that back of the leg. All right. Good. So we can do this one lying down. So if you are all right with those exercises, what we'll do next week is stretch. We'll just do stretching on the floor next time. Okay, up you come, and then give everything a wiggle out again. Okay, lovely. Feeling all right? Head okay? Now definitely take your feet wide. So I'm going to stretch off these waists. So I want you to take one arm up to the ceiling. I want you to reach tall and then lean over. So this is exactly the same if you're sitting in the chair. And then I want you to come back to the middle. And then I want you to change sides. We're going up, we're going reach, and we're going lengthen. All right, well done. Good, don't hold your breath. Come back into the middle. Now we need to stretch off that chest after those press-ups. So hands on your bottom, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up tall. All right, so try and give them a squeeze. So try and think length here. So I've got my hands here. What you could do, if you feel happy to interlace your fingers, you can do it like that. All right, but if those fingers feel sore, that's it, or it's not comfortable to interlace your fingers, just pop them there. The aim is to try and bring the shoulders back, bring the arms back. All right, relax. Now, we should do your shoulders as well. So take one arm in front, then across your chest, and then pull it. So you're starting to stretch, look, through the back of that shoulder. And relax, and change sides. So it's up and across, all right, and then you pull it. All right there. Okay, good. Well done. Well done. All right, and stop. Okay, now thigh stretch. So ideally, we're going to start to bring your heel up towards your bottom. All right, so we're going to give it a go. So I want you to hold on. All right, and I want you to just draw the heel up towards your bottom. Okay, so it could be there. Can you grab the back of, that's it, like that. Can you, and just stay there. Good. So if you can grab hold of it, it actually starts. I know it can be a bit uncomfortable on your shoulder, but that leg just starts to relax. That you start getting a stretch. Relax. Okay, and the other side. All right, so it's here. All right, but ideally, see if you can hold on to it. But I don't know, have you got something? Because what you could do, look, if you can't grab hold of it, is you can stick it on something and just stretch it like that. You know, it's you know, we just find things that work, don't we? Because what you need to do is just relax. I know it's not a particularly relaxing position, this. All right, so don't worry if it doesn't work. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. Just relax. Oh, and how's your hamstrings with that? They can get a bit crampy, can't they? So, and okay, give them a bit of a rub there. All right there. Give them a bit of a rub. Okay, right. Let's take our feet so they're wide. All right, let's take arms out and up to the ceiling. Take a nice big stretch. And then I want you to relax down. And then I want you to do one more time. Ready, steady. We're going to go out. We're going to go up. And I want you to shake it down. Shake it down. Give everything a nice wiggle out. Well done. Oh my goodness, I hope that was all right for you today. Give yourselves a round of applause. I really hope that was okay. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. And look, if do a different one. If you don't like this one, do a different one, or do it again, or keep it, you know, fast forward, whatever you need to do. It's there for you. It's your workout. And I'm just delighted that you're able to join me at all. All right. So have a great rest of week. I will see you again, all being well, in my garage, 10 o'clock, nice lighting, next time. Okay. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Skip things. Totally. Well done. See you, gang. Oh, thanks, Celia. Lovely. Bye.